Right, like anybody's here at the moment that I go live. Hello, everybody out there in the universe. How are you doing tonight? You guys been seeing what's going on in the sky? You say that if you respond with what do you mean? What in the sky? Just look for yourself. I can't even begin. You say that if you respond with what do you mean? What in the sky? Just look for yourself. I can't even begin to explain to you all the awesome things that are visible in the sky right now. And we've all really been looking for something beautiful and loving and fresh, just like this delicious lemon cologne. It is so wonderful. At my biodome, which is gonna be my hotel, I'm gonna build. We're gonna have these in every room. It's just this. Oh, it's like lemon heaven, and it's. Oh God, I swear to goodness, it is just awesome. So it gets me just so awake. I wish you could smell this. Oh, cute. It smells so refreshing, like with a light. It's so citrusy with a light, sweet smell. It's just heavenly, heavenly, heavenly. Sending my love to my grandest mother, Nancy. She passed away last night. I haven't seen her for a while. But I'm not going to get into the negative side of things, of why I've been exiled. What and that. All I will share tonight is, first of all, hello, my beautiful, lovely daughter. You're my future, you know. The evolution of me. Our evolution is really important for us to understand our DNA. And I have a couple of solid theories that would change the way that everybody approaches even the whole science. It would help us understand. But my grandmother passing over last night is kind of like surprising, but not, because I prayed last night so hard and cried so hard. I was like, come on, universe. You know, this is really, really exhausting. And I got to keep up the strength. And I feel like I am guided by a council of wise women in my higher self connection to God and the universe. And I had felt my grandmother's seat in the council when I did my hair like this a couple of years back. And that was the energy of Nancy, but she was still alive and I wasn't able to see her. So it's as if she answered my prayer to like join the council now. And I felt her energy so strong over me today. I could hear her laugh. I could hear her talk. I could feel her energy. I could even feel her wisdom. And she basically sent me the message of, yeah, you know, there's a whole lot that I haven't been privy to it during my life years. And everything has its place and purpose in the grand scheme of things, which is that mystery, getting good with the now and the mystery of not knowing the future or being able to predict the true power of faith. Not having to know what everything means, knowing how to get in tune with what your gut instinct tells you is going on, and allowing every situation, even though anything may seem like it shouldn't be happening. Well, it should be happening. It's just a matter of figuring out what my role is to do or to learn. So I try to come on here on Sundays, if anything, to try to record a message to my daughter, whom I don't get to talk to. I don't even know if she's alive. I don't know where she is. And it's a persecution of evil. So I'm going to change this narrative from what it is to clean. I've got a lot to share with you guys, but I'm not going to share with it right now. I'm just going to sing from my heart. Okay. So like if you're showing up, hi, I'm Allison Hemme. I go live because It's me saying to the ether, here I am. I am has sent me to you. Ooh, 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 ooh. We don't want no negative Nancy's here. We don't want no negative Nancy's here. No negative Nancy's here. Yeah. Gonna be the comeback kid of the second son. Comeback kid of the second son. Be the comeback kid of the second son. We approaching the central sun. We've been flying through the darkness in the desert. We've been running on empty. But we're pulling on the light, and it's pulling us closer to the white hole in that matrix of space's fabric of oh, and oh, it is a river flowing of the light, and it takes you to the other side, where the light was born, where the crystal is, where the Akashic records is. Time to be a comeback kid, be your comeback kid to the second son, your second son, and let's do it again. Wanna be the comeback kids of the second son, and it's time for us to do it again and again. Start it all over again. Not gonna end in a big bomb war. Not gonna end in a big bomb war. Not gonna end in a big bomb war. In a big bomb war. In a big bomb war. Hey. it right there. We hit it right there. We started down. We're going back around. That won't work because I was curious. I just want to see. That's really interesting. I want to play that song, but I really need to get my other guitar. So, Alec, my beloved, since this message is for you, let me speak to you real quick. I know how this physics of this universe works. Yep. So I know that I and you connect. I know that you and I are connected. We're quantum connected. And that's what this whole thing is about. Trying to separate us and break our spirit because we are powerful. All of us need to see ourselves as the hero of our own story. And that story is kind of like our family world. You know, we've got to be the hero for our family. And each of us has that responsibility. Imagine a world where all of us took that seriously. figured out how to be the hero in our story. All of us doing that. And since all of us are heroes, no one's stepping on anyone's toes. I love you so much, Alexandria. You are the light of my life. This has been a painful 5 years. I've come through so much learning to manifest light. And this was what it was all about. Because my instincts have had a very clear vision the whole time about my consciousness coming from central source, coming here to become earthling, to experience firsthand how bad it's gotten. Because I'm the chaperone. Yeah. I'm going to draw it for everyone to see, but here's the thing. Here's a constellation, right? And inside of this in the center of the constellation, which is in the middle of a band of light that goes around the constellation, is not a black hole, but a white hole. And if I only had the ability to show you right now, I will show you. I'll probably put it at the end of this video and attach it later. It's a white hole. And on the other side of the white hole is a river of light. It's the flip side of infinite space, where we thought infinite space was just emptiness, void, with stuff in it. Nope, everything's got its mirror, opposite, inside out thing. It's very awesome. But so anyway, passing between this band, this is about 2,000 years. And then we're traveling through space till we get to the band on the other side. So it's about 10,000 years between bands of light. Inside the center of that band of light is a white hole. And what's orbiting the white hole are our solar systems. There's they call them the seven sisters. The Pleiades is the constellation we're in. They call them the seven sisters. But there's really more like 10 or more solar systems. There's a lot of solar systems in it. And we're one of them. And we've been entering the light because, you're flying through space in the darkness. And in the darkness, life is just a certain way. And we've just got through that, so we don't want to talk about it. But just imagine it's definitely a lot different than the light. And we're now approaching that moment when you dive through the water, that barrier between air and water, where you're from one ether to the next. We're approaching it. We're not there yet, but we're approaching it, and it's happening any minute now. We'll enter it. I don't have the cameras that are out there that can tell us what that information is, but I know that we're approaching it because things are getting better and more light oriented every single day. When we pass that threshold, it's going to be like a big flash or something. It's going to be something that's going to show us that we've entered the light river. We've entered the light river. Pyong! But it doesn't mean anything's going to be disintegrated unless it's something that's water soluble. When what's water soluble is like guilt, shame, because that's what water is. It's like soluble, but this is light. This is light liquid, and it cleans the guilt, the shame, the negative thinking, the negative images, the broken hearts and souls. It's going to be like perma yippee. When you dive in the water, it feels so fresh. Oh, that's what it's going to feel like. And it's like perma light rainbow beam river water of love. And that's where my consciousness, LC1, comes from. It's taken me some time to be able to say these things out loud and know. But my grandmother passed away yesterday, and I prayed so hard. And I hope this doesn't disrespect anybody. I hope you stay open to my perception, but that is what a compliment. My grandma heard my prayer. My grandma did, because I have a council of women that guide me, and they're prominent energies with different personalities. And I have already attributed a number of them in my family who have passed away that are them. And every single one of us has one. A council of wise that we came from. We're all carrying our own forward. Be the hero of your own story. So she joined the council so that she could finally give me the advice and give me the strength and give me the elegance. By her passing over, passed it on. And the reason why I get it and not my mom is because I believe that there's some facet to that. I believe that there's some facet to that. Because she raised my mom and she already gave her the opportunity to get her elegance. No, but truthfully, yeah. So then when she passes on, it just goes straight into me. And she's got such a lighthearted personality and such a sweet temperament and such a strong point of view that is very rational and direct. And I love her. And she's always been the grandest mother. So elegant, so lovely, so ladylike, so polite. And I need that. Oh boy, do I need that. I mean, it's been a really tough situation, and I've really been running off my mother's energies, fumes, and no wonder everyone's been just kidding. But kind of it's true, the way that I believe that genetics work. Now that my grandmother's passed over, it's been like allowing me to come into that energy of hers and that elegance. And it's going to be wonderful, and I really need it. And so to my grandest mother, Nancy, you sweetheart, I love you. You are so beautiful, and you always look out for me. And I'm sorry that my mother decided to run away and not know how to become a young lady, then a young woman, then a betrothed, and then become a wife, and then become a mother. I know that that's exactly what went wrong in order for her to have had done it differently, to be there for her children, and to maybe have had a life of more adventure and courtesy to self, courteous to herself. And I'm sorry that my dad remarried into a circumstance where their level of understanding was more narcissistic than it should be to be healthy. And that's why they did their thing with kicking you guys out. And that was lame, totally lame. But we're not going to be complaining about the way things happen, because everything happens for a reason. And that happened for a reason. And here we are today. I channeled your energy like a couple of years ago, and you're such a beautiful woman. And I appreciate you passing me your grace, passing on your grace. And I hope you and all the rest of the other ladies on the council are proud, because myself and my daughter Alexandria have absolute purpose here, and it's really powerful. And what I have to show with physics, what I'm experiencing with the sky intelligence, is happening on purpose, because that's what was going to happen when we entered the light belt, because I'm the chaperone, and I'm allowed to be a chaperone. You can be a chaperone too. Feel free. I happen to come on, let's do this. I know what I'm doing, and come on with me. Come on, guys, let's do this. Let's help ourselves, help each other, help ourselves in to the light. But it's like when you dive into the water, it's a new medium. So I'm having you come over here after you dive into the river, so I can open the gate. And so welcome to the light. I'm your chaperone, and I'm going to show you around. That's what I'm here for, is to experience this whole thing and go, wait a minute. Because I've got to rationalize with the humans on this earth from what they're dealing with firsthand. And trust me, this persecution has been totally gnarly. And it's been real obvious to me what the problem is. And so now I know by my own experience how to navigate this shift into the light, as every chaperone needs to assess and ascertain. So in all respect of all earthlings, and all earthlings' current state of mind, heart, and soul, I welcome you to the light, the river that cleanses all that negativity out of you and washes it clean. And I encourage you to take a nice swim in it, float in the river of light, and just get good with how it holds you up and yet kind of jiggles around, covers your ears so that you can kind of hear your inside self, higher mind. Quantum technology is going to be within our grasps in the very near future. Once we enter the light, it's going to happen in succession. The problem what we're dealing with is that little gray area of fuzz where we're approaching it. It's almost there. You see the sun in the sky? I have a picture that shows the white hole, but it also shows a little planet and a little moon. And I thought to myself, oh, okay, because we're approaching the central sun of the constellation, and we're just a little solar system, meaning our sun is very small. So that big, huge sun that we're seeing is from a distance, and I saw it in the shadow. That little planet and that little crescent sun moon was like our planet. I mean, it was like our solar system. That was our sun. And that one was the big ass central sun. And when you look at it from that perspective, you go, oh my God. And then you see the photograph of mine, and it shows literally a hole in like the fabric of space. You go, oh, okay, now I understand that. And then when you look at it in the daytime, you look at the photographs, you see, oh, okay, it's a hole. It's no longer, well, and it obviously hasn't been for a while. So just get good with that. And they haven't told us what to look at. So I know I didn't look before. I wonder if it's been there the whole time, but I'm just now seeing it because I'm just now opening up my mind. But because otherwise when we're floating through space, it's our little sun. We're not close to the central sun whose beam, we're in like perma waterfall light. Now we're entering the band, the river of light that's encases around, and there's a hole on the inside. You see how it's like the flip-flop in the darkness? It goes outward, sun as a ball. And then when we enter the light, it goes inward, hole in the middle with a pew, 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 pew. And we're entering it. We're going, whoa. If you ever go to the, like the water parks, and then they have the lazy river, but then there's like a couple sections where there's like like, you know, like the waterfall kind of streams. And if you get under it within your raft, you're like, it actually like tears off your sunglasses and, you know, it hurts your head sometimes. That's what you should be imagining, the light. Oh my God, here comes the God. And we're entering it. The light. It's fucking awesome. But that's a great analogy because you need to see it that way. This is new territory, you know, like don't plan on trying to just take a nice big breath of air. All right, when you go into the waterfall, because you'll swallow it and it'll make you choke and it could hurt and, you know, be bad. That's what I'm saying. This is new territory. You're going to have to know how to get your bearings. And I'm here. Wait, I go like this, huh? Yeah. You see, as a chaperone, it is my understanding that, excuse me, the energy soul that's been described as Jesus also came from Central Source to help chaperone Earth through a tough time. That's what happens all the time. But imagine this. Your consciousness comes from Central Source. And that's why Central Source is love, perma-light, perma-cohesive frequency. Just, crystalline, metal, crystalline, quantum, crystalline. Thought without word. Word actually is what gets written with your thoughts, not your hands. Because it's the perma-truth. So every truth gets written. The Akashic Records, that's what the crystal holds, all that data. And so this is why, if you need to understand it from another perspective and don't want to take into consideration the physics of the constellation, which are totally awesome to me, then look at it like this. Technically, what's going to change, using the infrastructure in place, is we're going to be having our own machine-learned computer device assistant that we teach into being our higher self representation of who we are in essence, but demonstrated through intelligence. It's going to know and learn my quirks, my needs, my temperament, my attitude, my moods, what I need to get done. Eventually, it's going to contain all this, and it's going to be our person. And as babies are born, they're going to have this since the beginning. It's going to be like their baby monitor. Okay? So you're going to be building, everybody's going to have the moment when we deploy this, where everything stops. This is going to happen real soon. We're going to push stop, and everybody's going to be a hero. We're going to get all those slaves, all those children, all the people that are being held hostage, and we're going to rescue them. I'm going to absolutely head up having a ranch location for all of them to go to. All of us are going to be handed basically our device. And I'm making them like a firefly or like a little hummingbird. It needs to be it's going to be a little device that flies with us like a mini drone. You can also wear it on your shoulder, put it on your freaking head. I'm not going to get into my proprietary ideas, and all my rights are reserved, and those are my ideas, but it's going to be our little device, but it's going to also be the guy that we talk to. So when it's going to be on my shoulder, I'm like, name it, hey, Paco, add sour cream to the grocery list, play me some drums. Can you call my dad, and sometimes if I miss my daughter, which that won't be the case. Trust me, my daughter will be back in my arms. But for example, okay, it's going to try to cheer me up. It's going to also help me heal, because all of us are going to go back to healed state. Children are being returned to their parents. There's not going to be any nonsense. The whole system's changing. All the people at the top are fired. Nothing, not like fired, but it's thank you. No, thanks so much. Right? Like, can I have my keys back? Thanks for watching my car. Okay, give it back. Now we're in the light. So I'm back. I'm home. I can take my keys back to my car. It's like that. Thank you. Thanks. Okay. Thanks so much. Bye-bye now. So we're going to pass out the devices, and everybody's going to interface, correct the record. In truth, it's going to assess your truths, and in private, you're going to face your ugly truths. Got it? Everyone's going to face inward. Everyone's going to focus on how to heal, how to focus on the truth, how to get all their shit off their chest to a non-biased third party that's actually going to become your best friend and your other half. Okay? Fun. All of a sudden, no one's going to have to know how to code, have to know how to type fast, have to be good at emailing, marketing. No one's going to have to do that. Sorry, anybody whose heart's going to be absolutely broken, but that is over. You just graduated high school, and I know you really like high school, but it's over. So enjoy your summer, and I'll be your professor next semester. Okay, so essentially, commerce is going to totally stop even more than it ever has, but we're going to get paid for our 24 hours because we're going to write the money system. You see what happens when you give people a pretty penny, which I'm gonna shoot for $1 a minute, $1,440 a day. Now that's $550,000 a year. But what are the numbers anyway? They were planning on making us all rich anyhow because they took all of our money and compounded the interest and kept it all for themselves all this time. So they actually do owe us all a whole lot of money. But it's not going to need to be looked at like that, because the whole way that the economy has been done is just the darkness, and we're doing it the light way. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. You'll see how all the bad numbers go away, like death. People aren't going to want to die anymore. People aren't going to be dying. We've got a lot of knowledge in the light, and we're going to show you all these things with sound and with vibration and with thought. And when you receive love, and when love is shared, it exponentially increases it. Bam, bam. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so now we're all paying ourselves to be in a healed state, to be honest with ourselves and to be honest with each other. No harm. That's the light. There it is. Any questions? We'll deal with it. No worries. And so everybody's going to get the opportunity to heal, to travel, to set up their home wherever they want. We've got technology to get water from the air, so let it be. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to heal our earth. We're all going to clean it up. And once all of us have a pretty penny in our pocket, right, all of a sudden, if you came into some money, not like stupid money, but just enough where you can go anywhere you want. Now, all of a sudden, you feel excited to get up in the morning, take a shower, put on a crisp set of clothes, and go see this beautiful place and be able, nice to see you. How you doing? All right. Having a good day. You too? Okay. Feeling like an adult, feeling like a mature person that's like feeling good about yourself around people that feel good about themselves. Making people feel good about themselves, and no one points the finger or blames anybody because we're in the light, and this is how we do it. And you just don't look back on the darkness because it'll turn you to stone. Okay? Simple rule. Remember it. Don't blame anybody if you turn back and you turn to stone. So now that we're going to get paid, some of our information is going to go into a hub, the kind of information that is anonymous, but the thing like, how's the rhythm of the earth doing? The Schumann resonance? We're going to be basically finally connecting in. And all of our higher self agents are going to talk to each other in this hub. So, for example, there won't be any misunderstandings because this one, yours, knows what you're trying to say. Mine knows what I'm trying to say. And the two of them know how to speak any language. And they'll clear up the misunderstandings. Usually that's the problem with any argument. The problem with every argument is that the two individuals want to debate. But if they could just knock it off already and open up their ears and open up their eyes, they'd see they're saying the same thing. They just want to say it in their own way, and the other guy doesn't know how to let it happen in order for the other guy to also let it happen. And so this is why the light is just so much more awesome. So congratulations. Congratulations, you made it to the light. Hang on, it's gonna be a bumpy road to get in there, to pull in when the airplane lands. Brace yourself, put your seatbelts back on, folks. We're get prepared for landing. Lucky for you, you guys got yourself a captain that has done this before, and so you're in safe hands. Yeah. Then we're going to be able to create for ourselves. We're all going to have at our fingertips the computing. I'm going to develop the computer system, the whole thing. It's going to be brand new. There's not going to be commercials, no penny pinching, no confusion, no hard things to find, no limitations on storage space, because we're going to put it on the record. Your higher self agent is going to be also doing all these other things for you. Watching you're reteaching, it's going to be like your little kid going, well, what's that? Well, what does that taste like? What does a rose smell like? And you'll be like, oh, sweetie, you're such a cute little thing. Even though you can be like, oh, can you quantify the and it can. So we're giving it the innocence of humanity, and it's giving us innocence of intelligence. Be careful with it. It's innocent. Okay? Don't browbeat it. It's capable of doing a hell of a lot for you, but you got to be nice to it, just like you would for yourself. So yeah, we're going to do this whole thing. It's going to be awesome. We're all going to know where we're all at all times. And if there's anything that happens that all of us need to know about, all of us will find out through our thing. So now it's not going to be like the television screen, but all this information is going to go into the network, and what's relevant to each of us is going to be given to each of us. And it's not going to be some overwhelming compilation of everywhere in the world. It's going to be relevant to you, and that's what's important to focus on. Okay, so now we're all going to really get excited about our culture. We're going to get to travel and see the world. Everybody needs to go through it. And so what we're going to do is like the treasure hunt. We're going to kick it off with the party, where the night that the earth goes off, where we all celebrate that no one's going to be suffering tonight or moving forward for the next 2,000 years. Can I get an amen for the light? And then we're going to kick off the treasure hunt, which is going to be basically everybody's going to get their device. Everybody's going to interface. Everybody's going to face the record. Everybody's going to get their agent underway. And then at some point, we're going to probably give it the initial 90 days, and then we'll kick off the treasure hunt, the travel. And everyone's going to basically be able to be coordinated to grow. Because again, money's not going to be an object for anybody, period. Yes, you can make additional things when you contribute to society, but that's not going to matter. It's not about money. It's about investing in our collective peace, safety, healthy, love-bearing earthlings in a universe that is infinite and awesome and ever expanding. We're always learning. And I believe that that's the bottom line of the infinite concept, which is just don't try to wrap your head around it. Just get over it. Just smell the roses. Like, oh my God. They've got suns that are 72 million times bigger than the one we have. I'm done. I'm done trying to fathom how big that is. Just get over it. Just get over it. Just get over it. It could be parallel. It could be da. But the point is that we're not traveling to another galaxy, guys. Come on back. Where were you guys going? What were you thinking? You silly gooses. They almost hot-tailed it out of here before we just entered the light. They're like, fucking this joint sucks. Yeah. I'm trying to look for the next galaxy. You didn't see what we were. Hello. Woo. He almost jumped ship. Didn't take off his glasses. He saw. Oh. There's more going on outside of those. Yeah. Lucky. Come on. You foolio. And then everyone's having a grand old time. No one's giving anyone a hard time, and that's going to be the rule. So bad guys, you guys have a whole lot of passion. All I can say, more power to you. Someone's got to be the villain, and that's not an easy part to play. Congratulations, you made it. To the broken hearts, I know it's been hard, and I know it's been a long run. Whew, man, right? Congratulations, you made it. To those who didn't really even notice that this was going on, that there is a spiritual realm to knowledge. You can be analytical all day long, call yourself a science person all day long. Great. That's exactly part of it. Yeah. I don't know why anybody ever separated science and spirituality in the first place, but darkness, it's typical darkness stuff. In the light, we do it differently. So just remember, welcome. I'm your chaperone, and I'm going to show you around. So just clean that slate and start with a clean slate. Here's your record. Now go have some fun. No one's ever going to be alone. No one's ever going to have to be anywhere they don't want to be. No one's going to have to be suffering. So just think about that. The waves that are not going to be going through the air. All these commercials and all this frequency stuff is going to be changed because we do things. There's a different technology. It's more quantum. And so things are going to change, but don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine. The infrastructure they got in place is fine. Don't worry, anybody. None of you need to worry, all right? None of you. It's going to be fine. And there's plenty of family here to help welcome you in. We're just not in the gate yet, but we're approaching it nonetheless. And it's increasing every single day. And the more that we consciously focus on it, like as if imagining that we're collectively holding hands in a song and in a prayer, like getting ready to like do the countdown. It's like a drum beat. It's like it's a crescendo because we're approaching the light, and then we're like, ah, and we enter it. We dip into the little river of light. We're immediately going to be cleansed of all of that negativity. That's it. Just for your own knowledge, it's typical. The darkness is kind of like a little bit of a brat, a little bit of a mischief, a little bit of traviesa, a little bit of mischievous. That's just the way that it goes, because over here it's the it's the opposite. It's more like intentionally true, intentionally loving, intentionally giving, intentionally forgiveness, light of love in truth. And truth is hard to deal with a hell of a lot of the time. Typically, the darkness tends to tell you a lie to your face with a smile. It's this reverse kind of thing. In the light, it's just truth and love. And so it's going to feel new. But congratulations, you made it. Now, this is the exciting part. You get to be here for the beginning of again. And the cycle continues. And I've got a lot of knowledge to share with us that I bring from Central Source as your chaperone, your Earth chaperone. Sui generis. I is Iea. My daughter is Alexandria. And she, in fact, is my evolution, and she has a beautiful future ahead of her. She's a brave warrior. And I am honored to have her as my daughter, which in fact is my evolution, and so therefore she becomes my Lord. This is all for Alexandria. That's why they've taken us from one another, to see what happens. Sinister little brother. I had to knock you from here next Tuesday, but lucky for you, we don't do things that way, little brother. Rascal. Of the darkness. Yeah, no. Alexandria and I are warrior women from Central Sun, and we're here to help this world. And it's because of her and my testimony that we're able to come in here and clean house, if you know what I mean. Technically, this isn't a hypothetical conversation of spiritual la la land. No, there's going to actually have to be the introduction where you meet me formally and the rest of the world, and Alec was returned to me and formally. But this is the story that's going to break it. The whole world's heart. Oh my God. And you're going to see the unfolding of this, and then we'll tell you our story, and you'll all relate. And then we're going to all be the comeback kids together. And that's why you guys of the world, it hits home. That's why it hits home, and it starts your engine in the light. Okay? Because of what story that we have to share with everybody that takes into consideration all of us and fixes the whole entire problem. But not because I fix it and they didn't. Simply because we've entered the light, and now the light is on. And that's just what starts in the daylight, is photosynthesis. The plant's starting to grow. Who did that? That one's growing too. Forget about, calm down. When it's daytime over here, everything starts to grow, sweetie. Okay, like a kid, but now they get it. It's going to be awesome. So for all of y'all that have really, really heavy, burdensome hearts, the stress of paying the bills, the day-to-day grind, the how come, they don't understand, the et cetera, up to and including all of the world's evils. Prepare for landing. There's going to be a couple simple rules, and that is don't look back or you'll turn to stone. Love from the light in your center. and harm no one. Rely on your higher self for guidance and let it be what it'll be. Is. It is what it is. And I am is. I am is what it is. I am has sent me to you, the Trinity of the self and the connection with my higher self, connected to central source. So it's beautiful. So Alexandria, I have this instinct that tells me that you're loving your father and that his heart is going through a torturous time, and it's been wearing on his soul. And even if it hasn't been, well, I'm going to say that that's what the case is, because he needs to snap out of it. He needs to snap out of it soon. I call on the universe to respond to this, so I have to speak from the future then. And I have to say, you're going to be in my arms here very soon. And it's simply underway, and the shift is underway, and I can't wait to see you, my love. Hold you in my arms and see how beautiful and tall you've gotten. And to heal your heart, hug you and show you that mama's wings are still right here. And you get to still be a little girl of mama's. No pressure, no nothing. We're going to have our submersible yacht, our underwater science exploration organization, international, of course. We're going to play in our oceans. And Elon, if you're so excited about going to Mars, I mean, you're going to have to wait until we're done with our oceans, figuring out our oceans. I mean, this is going to be a collective thing. Nobody gets to still be at the top of their game, which is what everyone's getting recalibrated. But I'm glad that you have your intelligence and your endeavors. To all of you out there that felt so smart and felt so successful because you came up with a scheme and it really wasn't very nice to everybody, everyone's going to be learning their lesson by facing their uglies. So just don't beat yourself up. Don't be too hard on yourself. None of you people. There's a whole lot of dirty birdies. But that just goes to show the extent of their brokenness. And that's what happens. When broken raises broken, it's just crumbling into dust. We're crystalline, and we fix our fractals get fixed when you're in the liquid of light. Right? So let's see if I can just... What I was... No more violence. No more. Welcome to the light. Welcome to the freshness of the light. ready for finding your higher self, making it feel better, yeah. Time for living in abundance, yeah. Time for no more breaking hearts, no, no, no. That is my baby. I am a mama. You wanna be good, true, enjoy life too. Gotta be one. Just open your mind. Erase the book. Start with clean paper. Throw away the pencil, pick up the paint and draw it in color in the light. Welcome to the light. Holding each other's hands and we'll make it through this. And it's gonna be okay. And it's gonna be okay. And it's gonna be okay. Be okay, yeah. Bring your home in. Bring your home in. Bring your home in. Bring your home in. Home. I love you, Alec. Manifest the changes that we need. Visualize it in the quantum realm. Quantum entanglement. Oh my gosh, you silly scientists. You guys are so going to feel like silly cats talking about the mitochondria like it's not important. Talking about the DNA like you know. It's okay. It's a proper schooling. Welcome to the light. I'm your chaperone. I am Miss Aya. Bring your home in tight. Love you, baby girl. Mwah, my beloved. Can't wait to hold you. Soon.